Mayenko Bogatanga Sesia na yampani adodanko Akufo-Addo Ghana Bar Association conference ekoso no pampani de nsema hudo bi tudwa yenko TV mra.
We are to get the developments we all crave. Then paying taxes must become a regular and unquestioning feature of our lives. I do not suggest that lawyers take a vow of poverty and not make money, honest money, out of practicing as tax lawyers. As long as there are taxes, there will be tax lawyers. And there will always be a requirement for tax law expertise. Taxes can be confusing at times, and a good tax lawyer can guide and help keep businesses afloat or families' finances intact. It is at this time when we're trying to build a culture of paying taxes that we have a special demand for lawyers who would inspire confidence in the people that it is worth doing. I would dare say that the theme you have chosen for the conference, ensuring an increase in revenue mobilization through taxation for the purpose of accelerated national development, the role of the lawyer, is as relevant a clarion call for our times as self-government now or self-government within the shortest possible time, depending on your inclination, was for our forefathers. 64 years after we achieved our independence, nobody needs to tell us that today's battle cry is indeed for accelerated national development. And it is heartening that within its finest tradition, the bar, as usual, is taking the lead in this important national exercise. Having spoken at length about how far-sighted it is for the bar to have taken this decision to support efforts to increase revenue mobilization through taxation, I trust I'll be allowed to go a step further into more uncomfortable territory. I have to point out that if this campaign you're undertaking is to be successful, you will have to start from home. Mr. Outgoing President, I'm afraid there's no easy way of putting this. You will have to start from getting members of the bar to pay their taxes. The record of lawyers in paying taxes has been historically poor. It is unfortunate, but a most unpleasant fact that members of the professions in our country have not been known to set a good example when it comes to paying taxes. They appear to think that being members of the learned professions put them above complying with everyday civic duties, like paying taxes. It is embarrassing. The lawyers are often at the top of the list of those who flout our tax laws and use their expertise to avoid paying taxes. The Ghana Revenue Authority has told a disturbing story about what it discovered earlier this year when it started working with the Registrar General's Department and the National Identification Authority. It found that there are some 60,000 professionals working in the country who are totally outside the purview of the tax authorities. These professionals are lawyers, they are accountants, they are doctors, they are engineers, they are surveyors, they are architects. In other words, they are part of the crème de la crème of Ghanaian society, and they do not pay taxes. They will soon be receiving friendly phone calls from the tax authority. I sincerely hope that those involved would move swiftly to regularize their tax affairs before the GRA moves to crack the whip. Indeed, prior to my coming to office in 2017, only a small proportion of our population, i.e., some 750,000 people, was registered by GRA with tax identification numbers 10. As a result of the effective rollout of the National Identification Card, spearheaded by one of our own, the Ibalian Kenatifwa, which has been integrated with GRA to form the TIN number. We now have a taxable population of some 15.5 million people in just 4 years. Government has introduced other measures that make it easy for institutions and individual taxpayers to be compliant. These include implementing initiatives such as revenue assurance and compliance enforcement, RACE, Ghana.gov, paperless port, the National ID Ghana card, digital property and address system, and cashless system. These policy interventions are running smoothly, and I urge you to take advantage of these innovations to regularize your tax affairs and advise your clients to do the same. The Integrated Customs Management System, ICOMS, at our ports has been introduced to facilitate trade and block revenue leakages. Already, despite the initial opposition of vested interests, it is paying dividends. Customs revenue, prior to the implementation of ICOMS, for the period June 2019 to May 2020, stood at 11.25 billion cedis. Between June 2020, the start of ICOMS, and May 2021, teething challenges, ill-considered propaganda, and the impact of COVID-19 on global trade notwithstanding, customs revenue has increased by 27.6% to 14.36 billion cedis. Additionally, government is exploring data warehousing, data matching, and artificial intelligence to identify tax defaulters. Whilst government narrows the fiscal gap by implementing target revenue generating initiatives, much is also expected from taxpayers to be responsive in equal measure for the speedy full realization of moving Ghana to a situation beyond aid. When I say the bar is demonstrating courage by getting into the subject of taxes, I do not exaggerate. I wish all of us a lot of luck, and I shall be watching keenly how this project progresses. Before I end, I must make a comment on the choice of Bolgatanga as the site for this year's BARS conference. It is the third time in my recollection that the conference is being held in the northern sector of our country, after Tamale in 2000 and 2010. I congratulate you for venturing out of your comfort zone and coming to Bolgatanga, even though there's in fact nothing difficult about the location of the conference. I see that these very pleasant premises have been aptly named by their founder, the celebrated priest, the Reverend Eastwood Anaba, who gave such an inspiring opening prayer for this conference in this magnificent auditorium, Desert Pastures. And I cannot think of a more suitable name to call this beautiful and well-ordered place. I'm hopeful that it has encouraged those lawyers who stay only in Accra and other big cities and imagine the rest of our country to be thatched roof mud houses to explore other parts of our country. You will discover, yes, we have problems, but we are also making steady progress. May God bless the Ghana Bar Association and us all. And may God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you very much for your attention.